2020 Eureka Invitational with in St. Charles at McNair Park with the Ladue Juniors. Andrew Smock on the left and Charlie Krasnoff on the right. Did I say that right, Charlie Krasnoff? They go 1-2 with Charlie getting the win and Andrew right behind him, 16:05.57 to 16:05.97 as they lead the Ladue Rams to a runner-up finish here. And it's what's a kind of a almost a St. Louis Suburban County championship meet, but not quite, with some of the teams opting out this year. Andrew, you started running your freshman year. Both of you guys, you tell me both of you guys were big swimmers, and Andrew, you started running cross your freshman year, and then Charlie, you picked up running the winter of your freshman year. Tell me right now, just obviously you guys have had a solid season this year, but today probably is the peak of that so far. Tell me what you guys are thinking and feeling.
We just worked for this ever since last year when we got 12th at state, and then this year they put us in class 5, so we're the smallest school in class 5, and then we thought we might have had a chance to win class 4, so we just took that as motivation, and then we've just worked all the way up to this point.
After this race, I'm kind of just ecstatic, mainly for Charlie. I've been at the front of most of the races and he's always been a little bit behind me, and this time he was just able to get me, but it was so good for both of us, a PR.
Sure.
The team did amazing. We didn't expect to do as well as we did, and it was just a really good day.
Yeah, I mean, you guys had you got to state last year and you had All-Stater Colin Clark as your number 1 guy, and he graduates, and you guys step up and are having all-state caliber seasons. You beat a bunch of you've beaten some all-staters from last year already this season, and today you beat a bunch of them, and you guys put your name in that category of being some of the state's best. Tell me, what was it like with COVID, not knowing if you were going to run, and then getting the clearance to run, and now this is your what, the 3rd or 4th race of the season? Tell me how you managed all the uncertainty of the summer and the fall.
We just kept training. We weren't sure of anything, but we kept training through track season and did some time trials. And then the summer came and we just did what we would normally do, and then we found out we were going to have a season, and we just went from there.
I was, like, right at the start I was a little bit skeptical. With COVID and everything, you don't know how the meets will be run, but people have kind of figured it out. And now that we're into the season, we know how things will go. We still trust our training and we're still working hard because, like, we know where we'll get to.
Well, I mean, you guys are having a great season. Andrew, you won the Big Eagle Crusader invite that was the opener for a lot of St. Louis County schools here at McNair about a month ago, and then you guys go what, 1-3 at Ladue Clayton, your home meet, I think.
Yeah.
1-2.
And then
1-2.
1-2. I'm sorry, and then 2 weeks ago at Dale Shepherd Parkway West meet, you were 3rd, Andrew, and I think 12th for Charlie, if that's right. And tell me what it was like today. You guys were kind of sitting comfortable in that lead group in the midway, and then with about halfway through the race, or the last 2K, you guys really turned it on and really just took off and came down the home stretch with a big win. And talk to me about how the race played out today.
So we went into this race with the strategy of kind of sitting back through the start, sticking with the group for the first maybe 2 miles, and then because it's a windy day,
sure,
we wanted to be able to draft behind some guys. And then once we really got into it through the last mile, we always, or at least I always try and pick it up, and I knew that Charlie was on my heels. I knew he was there, so I was working hard to try and get away from him. He was working hard to stay with me.
Sure.
And that last mile, it was just him and I going back and forth, working hard until the finish when he was able to outkick me.
What was that like, Charlie, coming down that last mile and then coming down that home stretch, going 1 and 2 and holding off your good friend and training partner here?
I just tried to stay with him and Nicholas Malik from Lafayette.
Yeah.
So until we got like out of loops, and then we kind of pulled away, and then with probably like 400, 500 meters to go, he kind of got away from me, and then we got to like a windy section, and I brought him back, and then I just kicked.
What was that feeling like coming down the home stretch and knowing you guys were going 1-2, and then you didn't let him catch you and you got the victory?
Well, it was uphill and with the wind, so it felt like it took forever, but I knew this was gonna be my first win if I just kept going.
Right, and then the runner-up team finish, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, definitely.
Second to Lafayette.
We didn't quite expect to get it, but with the way our team did, we're just kind of on this uphill. We're getting better and better. Our coaches are training us just right. We're gonna peak at the right time, and the team as a whole did so well today. We didn't expect it, but it's super exciting.
Well, you guys were Lafayette won with 86, and you guys were just 8 points back. With Ladue, you guys 94, Marquette third, 110, and then the Webster Groves and Parkway South at 117. You know, I talked to Coach Witt at the home meet, the Clayton, the Ladue Clayton invite for at the girls meet, and he said, you know, I've got two guys that, you know, my top two kind of rival some of the best talents that I've ever had here at Ladue, and I kind of said, well, you've had some really good runners. You know, I didn't say anything, but I was thinking in my head, yeah, these guys had a, you know, good season, and you know, but slow down a little bit, and you guys have made his assertions right, and impressed today. What's this do for the team? And you guys are mostly obviously going to celebrate the big 1-2 finish in the team, but what's this do for you guys going into districts in 2 weeks and hopefully making a return trip and making a big impact at state?
Well, I'd say I think it just kind of proves to us how well our training has been going, and that like if we just follow through with it, we should be able to get through districts to state and run at state again as a team, because next year we'll be losing a lot of guys. It'll be harder to get to where we were this year, so we're all this kind of affirms our training and our ideas that we're going to do well.
Sure.
Yeah, this was just like a confidence booster for all of us. I think all of us PR'd or got close to a PR, and you know that we can keep improving when the competition gets even harder.
Is this what expectations were coming into the season? That you obviously lose Colin, but you guys put yourself in all-state position and try to be up there with the best guys in the state and put your team back at state again and trying to have a top 10 finish, or if not, you know, even better?
It's definitely surprising, like how well me and Andrew are doing. I didn't expect to win races and stuff, but as a team, like this is pretty much what we expected. Just keep improving throughout the season and working together.
What do you guys take away from today? So just extra confidence and belief in your last mile and your strength of that last mile, and any kicks or what, any mental aspects you take away from today? What's the big thing as you move towards the last three weeks of the season?
I think racing-wise, the biggest thing I took away from today is that Charlie and I both are able to kind of stick with it on the first and third mile, and the middle is where we kind of fall off a little bit. We didn't do poorly,
sure,
so we got 1 and 2. But if we can quicken that middle mile, we'll be able to run faster and probably place better at state. But mentally, again, like Charlie said, I think it was just a big confidence boost to tell both of us that we're fit and we're there to do well at state and compete.
Sure. Well, it's sure impressive, and hopefully got some. I mean, it was neat seeing you guys fly down that finish together and see who was going to pull it off. And Charlie held you off, Andrew, and neat. I'm sure lots of great photos that will be the headlines of today's race. So on what you guys, you know, like Coach said, being amongst the best of the Ladue men ever. What are you guys trying to add to the Ladue legacy? How big is that? Is that any focus of yours, or are you just focused on your daily grind and putting the work in?
We've definitely been thinking about trying to go for the school records, and last year Colin, he said it. He was crazy. Like, he had one of the best kicks like I've ever seen, and we're just trying to do it like for the legacy.
Sure.
I'd say running last year with Colin kind of just set the whole team up to have motivation and know what it looks like to be at that level, because he ran a 15:48 at state, and nobody else has ever done that in Ladue history.
Sure.
So like after running with him, talking to him, I still text him sometimes when he's in college. It's a connection that I feel like motivates me to do as well as he did and hopefully beat him. Yeah. Well, you guys had a good season so far with the shortened COVID season and the late start to it, but looks like you guys are clicking on all cylinders here, and keep up the good work. And I'm sure Coach Witt and Coach Suburban
keep you guys grinding, and we'll look forward to seeing what happens the rest of the way.
Yeah, definitely. We wouldn't be here without our coaches. Yeah. So thanks to them.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.